They got into the boat, they got ready to leave, but he said, let us cross over to the other side. That particular point that he shared with them in that text alone gives promise, and you got to catch whatever Jesus says, it's got to come to pass.
All right.
He says, let us cross over to the other side. And when he says to the other side, he doesn't mean halfway. Amen? Watch the text. Now, we got to understand what transpires here. Here he is, the gentleman in the boat with him. These have followed him, and we got to understand, if you go back in Luke, I think around the 4th or the 5th chapter, you'll find where a case came along where they had fished all night long. And Jesus had told them, go out and live in people. Let me take you out and live in people so you can catch some fish. Basically, that's what he was saying. And they did just that. And when they cast their nets out, prior to that, he told them, look, we fished all night long. Jesus, we ain't caught nothing. We fishing, but we know what we're doing, Jesus. But at thy word, we'll do it. And they went out, bottom line, they caught all kinds of fish. They were loaded so much fish that they had to call for help because that boat was sinking. And then when they called for help, they loaded that boat up, and that boat began to sink. Jesus dropped down to his knees literally and said, I'm a sinner, a wretched undone. Well, I need you to catch this text and watch what transpires. Here, Jesus said, let us cross over to the other side. And I looked at this text and I noticed there were other little boats that were following along. I'm not sure if they were following along because they were wondering whether they would cast their nets out again or whether they were really just trying to follow Jesus. Bottom line is, one big boat went and the little boats followed along. You got to understand what you do affects others. Look at somebody next to you saying, what you do will affect others. This text tells me, and you got to understand, Jesus, when they crossed over to the other side, they crossed over a lake that's really only 8 miles wide. And so it seemed like it shouldn't have been a big problem. But you got to understand the grammatical error, this particular geographical error was really kind of rough because they were 7 miles below sea level. And the mountains on 3 sides were thousands of miles high. And the cool wind would drift in sometimes and meet the warm wind that were coming up from the area where they were. And it would cause storms to come in. And so you never knew when a storm would arise. I got to tell you, you better understand this. I'm serving warning to you today. Y'all know the little thing that comes up to you and says, and to prepare you because they want to let you know this is only a test. It's only a test, it's only a test, it's only a test. And what it does for you is that when the real time comes and you hear that sound, you automatically know that now the time is that a storm is coming. Well, guess what? This ain't no test. We are really living in time of storms. Guess what? Either you are been in a storm or you're coming out of one. Matter of fact, most of us are living in one right now. They're crossing over to the other side. Jesus goes down, lays his head, goes to sleep, and guess what comes along? A storm. Thank you. I'm glad I got some folks with me. Storm comes along, and here they are in the boat. And they're fishermen, professionals, and being out on the sea. And guess what the professionals are doing? They're having a nervous breakdown. Because they don't know how to handle the storm. And here they are, and you know, Peter, old Peter, they say, figured it out. He said, wait a minute, hold on, where is Jesus? He on the boat with us, I know he's somewhere. And they say, he's down there in the stern, he's down there asleep on a pillow. He's resting while we're worried. Who you with? 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 Who you with and how you deal with him, how you respond with him will help you out and deal with life. If Christ is really with you, even in the midst of a storm, there's really no need to worry. Who you with? Who you with? Who you with? Jesus goes back. They go down and say, Jesus, wait a minute. Carest thou not that we perish? Ain't you worried that the storm has risen? I know you sleep on the pillow, and I really don't understand how. But Jesus, the storm has risen, and not only are we in danger, but the little boats around us. Wake up, Jesus. Wake up, Jesus. Wake up, Jesus. Jesus gets up and say a word to Peter. Does say a word to his disciples.